Hey guys, welcome again to another FIFA 22 tutorial. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to defend properly with the tactical defending. So if you have any problems defending FIFA 23, this video will solve most of it, if not all. So guys, if you're new to the channel, kindly smash the subscribe button, and also if you want to buy cheap FIFA 23 coin, make sure you check out what'sgaming.net. It's a secure site where you can purchase cheap food coins, and if you use my code FIFA23, you get 15% discount on your purchase. The link is in the description. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first and most important thing in FIFA 23 defending is jockeying. Definitely by now you all know what jockeying is. It's simply holding down the L2 button or the jockey button and moving your defender to cover the spaces or try and win back the ball. But the downside to the jockeying is that it's very slow, so be sure to hold down your sprint button and the L2 button at the same time to activate the sprint jockeying. This type of jockeying is more faster and give you more time to react. So how to win the ball with the jockey? Once your opponent is running at you, if it's a scenario where you most likely shoot, you want to get yourself in the line of the goalpost by using the sprint jockeying and try and match his movement while retaining that position. Then when you see an opening, go close to him while you're still doing the jockey movement. This will automatically win back the ball for you in most cases, but in cases where it does not work, you have to bring out the big guns, which are the stand tackles. The stand tackles this year before the update, they were really terrible. Like I could attest to the fact that in foot you basically could not win the ball by using a regular stand tackle, but after the update they actually worked up on it, so it's much more effective now. But I advise you stick to the sprint jockeying to win back the ball. But in cases where you must use the stand tackle, make sure you use the powered stand tackle, which is holding down the finesse button and holding down your stand tackle button, which is your shoot button. So you hold down your finesse button and whatever button you use for your shooting. For me, my assigned finesse button is R2, so I'm holding down R2 and box, but for you it might be R1 and your shoot button. What this particular tackle does is that the player actually commits fully to the tackles, so if you miss it, it will be very difficult to recover. So where I advise using this is in the midfield area where you still have players behind you, but if you must use it within the 18-yard box or close to it, make sure it's perfectly timed and the ball is within range. Instead of performing the regular stand tackle by holding the shoot button, if you use the power stand tackle, you have a better chance of winning the ball. And even if you don't win the ball, you definitely stop the player, which actually hurts the attack for a bit. And the referees hardly issue out cards for this, so make sure when you're outside the box, you do it as often as you can. So if you want to do it in the box, wait for a heavy touch and then perform it. So next I'm going to be talking about how to use the third man press, which is the new partial pressing mechanism where you tap and hold your finesse button, which is R1. This works similarly to the second man press, but what the second man press does is that it draws your defender towards the ball, but this one actually takes two of your player and position them in a way where they are marking the available passing options. So this is arguably one of the best additions in the FIFA 23 defending because it's so effective, especially when the ball is at the middle of the park. Once you are controlling one person to try and block the passing lane or put pressure on your opponent's defender, you can simply just tap and hold down your finesse button, and then two of your players will strategically position yourself or closely mark any of your opponent's player that is closest to the ball. There's no much pressure being added in the sense that they won't like run, charge and collect the ball, but they help you remain close to your opponent and keep the game compact. So in turn, when the pass is made, you can easily switch to that player and try and recover the ball, which brings them down to the right stick switching. The right stick switching is just too important to not be using. Like I said this over and over again, if you're not using the right stick switching, you're only hurting yourself, because if you're talking about reacting fast to danger while you're defending, the right stick switching makes that very possible. Because in the box, when you're changing your player with the L1, the person you're changing to might not be the person that is in the best position to cover the grounds or try and intercept the pass. So when you're defending and you press L1, the ball might still be open, and before you are able to change it again, damage has already been done. So in a game where every second matters, accuracy in switching player is very necessary. So I advise you use the right stick switching when you're defending and get used to it, because if you're doing this, you'll be able to react fast and defend better. So for the right stick switching option, I'll advise you put your selection on classic, even if the adaptive right stick switching allows you to switch further by holding the right stick a little longer. There's been a report of it making the game being laggy, especially when you're playing online. The classic can still achieve the same result, you just have to double flick it towards that direction. So for the right sticks option, I advise ball relative and the classic option. I would love to talk about the team press, which is the team press you can perform by using your D-pad, pressing down and backwards, but it's not really effective this year. So instead of using the team press too often, use the partial press or the third man press, which is tapping and holding down your finesse button. because the team press is not really it this year. It just gets your player out of position, and there's really no synergy to the press. It's just a bunch of players running out of position. So I suggest you stick with the partial third man press. And then for the slide tackles are good this year, same as FIFA 22. So whenever you have the chance to win the ball by using the slide tackle, make sure you don't hesitate to use it. And another usage for the slide tackle, other than just trying to win the ball back, is to try and intercept balls or block shots. By intercepting balls, I mean when you see a passing option that your opponent is most likely to take, you can at least sprint to the passing lane and just perform a slide tackle there. You might get lucky, your opponent will choose that passing lane and you've automatically cut it out. And then for blocking shots, when there's a clear chance on goal, to relieve your goalkeeper from unnecessary stress, you can perform a slide tackle to block a shot that you are absolutely sure your opponent is going to take. I know you cannot be 100% sure, but whenever you believe your opponent is going to take the shot, you can perform a slide tackle and get your defender's body in the line of the shot to try and block it. Of course, sometimes you perform a slide tackle and your opponent will perform a fake shot, and then that defender will be wasted. If there's another player close by, you can quickly switch to that player and try and get back to that position and block it. But if there's no other person available, try moving your goalkeeper. That might salvage the situation. I'll be dropping a full goalkeeper tutorial, so don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you get notified when that's uploaded to the channel. So for a bonus defending tip, I'll be talking about tracking runs. Like in every FIFA tutorial I've ever done, I always talk about tracking runs because it's such an interesting thing when you can predict the game and react on time. And once you're able to identify passes like through balls or lobbed pass, so that your defender will not get split apart by them or you not get caught flat-footed by those kind of passes. You have to identify the pass, then switch to the player that can cover that space and start sprinting there. For example, now this guy is definitely free. My closest defender is here, so 9 out of 10 times your opponent is going to make that pass because there's an opening. So what you have to do is switch to the player closer in that position with the right stick, which is this guy, then start sprinting into that space to be able to cut out the pass, or at least put pressure on the player when the pass arrives. So that's what tracking runs is all about, making those backwards runs so that you not get caught out by through passing or all kind of forward passes. So guys, make sure you practice everything I talked about in this video. I know it's a handful, but if you're able to implement some, if not all of this, you see an instant improvement in your defending. So guys, that's all for this tutorial today. I hope you found the video helpful, and if you did, please smash the subscribe button down below and also give the video a like. That always helps the channel. And please turn on the notification bell as I said earlier so you will miss out on new videos to the channel. Thank you for watching guys. Cheers.